it into another hole to take out the water through it. She also moves 2 crates against the wall so she has a place to lie down, and marks the water levels with more tape, counting down the days until it reaches the limit. After trying the phone again to no avail, Mia puts up some wires from the earbuds and hangs the photographs from her diary so they can dry. Then she checks her supplies, making sure to ration her water bottles and her food correctly. She also discovers that the drill and lighter that were dropped by other people are still working. Suddenly her phone gets a call from an unknown number and Mia answers to find out it's Nico. He couldn't answer before because his battery died, and he's alive because the other driver had scammed them. Instead of taking them to the harbor, he abandoned the group outside the city. Mia tells him what happened to her and Nico promises he'll rescue her, but for now, she must continue to save the battery and to survive for their child. Suddenly Mia feels a contraction and begs the baby to wait a little longer. She takes a bite of her sandwich and moves the crates around, but boredom soon takes over. She notices a storm is coming and feels another contraction, so she hopes it's a false alarm. Moments later she turns out to be wrong. The storm comes to shake the container around and the baby is really coming. Mia screams in pain as the water begins getting inside the container again and her phone rings, but it slips from her hand when she tries to answer. With no other choice, Mia takes off her dress and hangs on the crate's ropes as she stands up and gives birth to the baby in the water. The umbilical cord is wrapped around the baby's neck, but Mia quickly takes it off and pats the baby's back until she cries. Then Mia climbs on top of a crate and hangs onto the child, waiting for the storm to pass. The next morning, Mia feels the placenta coming out of her body and puts it away in a plastic container. Afterward she tidies up the place as much as she can and puts the baby in a small box with a hoodie while she checks her things. She eats a bit of food from a can, but the phone took water damage and isn't working. To make matters worse, the baby won't stop crying and Mia tries to breastfeed her to no avail. When Mia hears the sound of the container's metal squeaking, she gets an idea. She uses the drill and starts making holes in the ceiling, hoping to cut a square that will let her out. However, the noise makes the baby cry harder. She tries to calm her down, but not even singing works and Mia snaps, yelling at the poor child. At least when she realizes what she did, she quickly apologizes. Moments later, Mia feels her chest reacting and tries with the baby again. This time milk comes out and the child finally feeds. When the exhaustion finally kicks in, Mia can't stop herself from finishing all the food she has. Then she goes back to drilling the ceiling, but unfortunately the drill runs out of battery before she can finish. Next she puts the SIM card back into the original phone, but she still can't make it work. Frustration finally gets to her and she begins throwing around all her things in fury. When she finds the knife, she tries to use it on the holes in the ceiling to finish the job, but this begins hurting her hands. As time passes, Mia doesn't have anything else to do but take care of the baby, occasionally wetting the child's skin to help her with the heat. When she tries to sleep, in the near future, a terrible crisis is spreading through Europe and people are lacking basic necessities. Governments soon start to fall and a totalitarian regime called Not Enough At All takes over, which decides to deal with the resource shortage by exterminating people. First they kill the elderly, and next they target pregnant women and kids. Some countries like Ireland, Iceland, and Norway managed to stop the massacre and are opposing the regime, so many people are escaping to those lands. Among these people there's Nico and his pregnant wife Mia. One night, a smuggler takes them to the local harbor, where they run among the containers to find a way to escape. When a dog blocks their way, they take a different direction and are careful to hide from helicopters' lights. They can hear the police arresting some runners, but they manage to get past them and find another smuggler that asks for more money. They've already paid a lot, so they have no choice but to give him their wedding rings. Then the couple enters the back of a truck with a bunch of women that are also escaping with their kids and even a dog. Mia removes the bandage that was hiding her belly and is worried because she hasn't felt the baby move in a while. However, Nico teaches her where to find the spot with the baby's foot because that's where the child always kicks. He also... The truck makes a stop to pick up more refugees. The people quickly rush inside and the truck gets too crowded, so the smuggler announces they'll split the group in two, leaving the women and children here and the men will go in another vehicle. Nico tries to explain he was already in this truck with his wife from before, but he's ignored and taken away. The doors are closed and Mia has to watch through a hole how her husband is gone, so she uses her phone to contact him. Nico tells her not to worry because the trucks are going in the same direction, so they'll reunite later. For now she must save battery and keep an eye on their things. As the truck continues traveling, Mia watches the outside world through the hole, being disturbed by the violence on every corner. Soldiers kill rioters without mercy and women are taken away in cages as if they were cattle. Sometime later, the truck stops when they arrive at a checkpoint and all the women rush to hide at the back. The driver presents papers to show he's transporting cargo, but the soldiers open the truck to check anyway. At first sight, they only see a few boxes because the refugees are hiding behind a fake wall. However, the leader is suspicious and sends one of his men inside, asking him to go as far as possible and shoot at the side wall. The guy does so, and by seeing the difference in distance, the leader can tell there's a hidden compartment, so he goes inside with a bunch of his soldiers and asks the women to come out. Fearing the worst, Mia climbs on top of the crates right before one of the women opens the fake wall. The leader immediately kills her, and the other soldiers open fire to murder the whole group while Mia is splattered with their blood. By the end, the only ones standing are the dog and a little kid. The dog gets to run away, but the soldiers make sure to kill the kid too. After they're gone, Mia cries and sends her husband a message, telling him to hide. A few hours later, the truck makes it to another harbor and the container is moved to be taken away on a ship. Mia tries calling Nico, but he doesn't pick up, so she just leaves another message saying the ship is taking her away. Then she checks the things in her bag and turns on a light before falling asleep. Sometime later, Mia wakes up when the container starts to shake. Through the holes left by the bullets, she can see the sailors running around because a fierce storm is trashing the ship. Mia begins yelling for help as the shaking makes her roll all over the place, getting hurt until a sudden landing knocks her out. Moments later, Mia wakes up and discovers water is getting into the container through the holes. When she looks outside, she discovers the ship sank and now all the containers including hers are floating in the middle of the sea. She starts panicking and tries to call Nico, but her phone got smashed and it doesn't work. Then she tries an extra phone she brought in her bag, but she doesn't know the password to make it work. After checking that the baby is fine, Mia notices water keeps getting into the container, so she begins opening the crates to find something she can use. Unfortunately, they only have stuff like plastic containers, televisions, alcohol, and earbuds. She also finds a bunch of hoodies and puts one on. After looking around, she
and his sister, Cassie, relax in the sun. Julia decides to go for a swim and dives into the water. After a few minutes, Julia notices something.
I'm glad you're all sitting down, because I have terrible news. Wait.
We'll be like a prickle of porcupines missing our head pine. Trust me, y'all, that's bad.
Can't you just say you're allergic to Canada or something?
I kind of have no choice but...
Hey, girl! Hey, girl! Hey, girl! Hey, girl, if I could. Hey, girl! Hey, girl! Welcome to Canada. Here's your complimentary snowsuit and toque. You're gonna want to put those on.
Thanks, but I'm all set. Oh!
Don't worry, you're gonna love it here.
Well, Lincoln, I think you'll be very happy here at Mapleton. You'll get used to that. Anyway, did Principal Ramirez ever tell you about the time she saved my life? There I was, choking on a beaver tail.
Hey, Principal Marshall, is it cool if we use the rink after school?
You'll get used to that.
You're gonna love it here. Hey, girl! Welcome to Canada. Here's your complimentary snowsuit and toque. You're gonna want to put those on.
Thanks.
Hey, girl, if I could. Hey, girl. Hey, girl! Welcome to Canada. Here's your complimentary snowsuit and toque. You're gonna want to put those on.
Thanks, but I'm all set. Oh!
Don't worry, you're gonna love it here.
Well, Lincoln,
Sweet! Thanks! Mapleton...
How much time does Lincoln have to raise his glove to block the goal?
2 microseconds!
Correct, Sadie. A nice slap shot.
Head pine.
The strings to get me into that school. I kind of have no choice but to make the best of it.
No.
Hey, girl, if I could. Hey, girl. Hey, girl! Welcome to Canada. Here's your complimentary snowsuit and toque. You're gonna want to put those on.
Thanks, but I'm all set. Oh!
Don't worry, you're gonna love it here.
well, Lincoln, I think you'll be very happy here at Mapleton.
says there's no use in trying. He won't let me cut the outside of the lines. Got these chains on me and they're dragging me down. Got these chains on me, hear that clanking sound. Got these chains on me, mister, hear my song. Don't say imagination is morally wrong. Drink a water, boss. As long as I've been here, I got nothing to show. Try to make something, but the boss says no. Wanna be creative, but the man won't hear it. That big boss man is trying to crush my spirit. Got these chains on me, they won't let me fly. Got these chains on me, won't tell me why. Got these chains on me, mister, hear my song. Don't say imagination is morally wrong. No, they won't let us dance or bang that gong. 'Cause they say imagination is morally wrong.
Hey, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
No.
Hey, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Hey,
No,
Ferb,
no,
I-
no, no,
no,
no,
what?
no, 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 no.
Hey,
Yes, I finally broken them.
You okay, Candace?
No, I'm trudging. I never knew people actually trudged.
Look, we're here.
What do you want?
Hi. Yeah, I'm here for my brothers, Phineas and Ferb.
They don't graduate till the end of the summer. Get lost.
So much for the direct approach. It's time we tried it Phineas and Ferb style.
Is this gonna work?
It's just like the Trojan horse from history class. They'll accept this as a gift, and after everyone falls asleep, we'll jump out and rescue Phineas and Ferb.
You two again. I thought I told you to get lost.
Maybe we gotta think bigger.
Wow, what a thoughtful gift. Too bad I don't have room for you, handsome. I'm gonna have to get a bigger yard.
Now's our chance.
Yes, we did it!
Oh, what is this? Hair? Gross! I bet you regret coming along with me now, huh?
Actually, I'm kind of having fun. You know, crazy prison break kind of fun.
And ew! Look at this! Baljeet's summer wig, store at room temperature? Huh? The Morty Williams show? Wait a second! I've got a plan! It's foolproof! Yes, clearly I'm Morty Williams, and I'm back to do another segment.
Hey, aren't you a little female to be Morty Williams?
Well, you know what they say.